Okay. Right, it's exactly 3:30. We are live now on Facebook, so we will officially start. And we will hope that the rest of our speakers will join in as we go along. So, Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to the 16th. 3:30. We are live now on Facebook, so we will officially start. And your speakers will join in as we go along. So, Assalamu alaikum, everyone, and welcome to the 16th. 3:30. We are live now on Facebook, so we will officially start. Are you all getting my thing a little late, the response? Because I'm getting what I'm saying with it.
Yes, Shanaz, there's the echo of your voice after some interval. Please correct it first.
This is exactly what I was trying to avoid.
Yes, Shanaz, there's the echo of your voice after some interval. Please correct it first.
Okay, so maybe I'll reconnect and see how. Okay, I'll reconnect. I'll leave this and reconnect because this is echoing and it's also carry you.
I think instead of speaker, you can use the headphone. That will solve the problem, I think.
Okay.
I think instead of speaker, you can use the headphone. That will solve the problem, I think.
Okay, I'll try that.
I think instead of speaker, you can use the headphone. That will solve the problem.
Okay, I'll try that.
I think instead of speaker, you can use the headphone. That will solve the problem. Okay, I'll try that.
Hello. Is that helping?
I think now there's no echo. It's perfect, I think.
Can you? But you can hear me because I can't see myself.
Yes, I can. I can hear you. I think other can also hear you.
Okay, because मेरे
Yes,
पास
it's okay.
आप लोगों का screen जो है ना वो सारा frozen आ रहा है. So let me just.
Yes.
As long as you all can hear me, that's fine. So, Assalamu alaikum everyone, and welcome to the 16th webinar, albeit the first one for this year by FPCCI Central Standing Committee of Tourism Development. As most of you know, last year I conducted a series of webinars, 15 to be precise, inviting different stakeholders from the tourism and hospitality sectors to discuss the problems faced by them and the potential of each sector. Today's webinar, however, is a little different. Instead of focusing on any one sector, we have representatives of various tourism and hospitality stakeholders, and the focus of our discussion today is specifically going to be the kind of incentives they are seeking from the government in order to be able to deliver at their optimum for the development of tourism in Pakistan. So, without further ado, let me introduce our eminent speakers for today's session. First of all, we have with us Mr. Aftab Rana, who's MD PTDC, who, in spite of occupying this position in an honorary capacity, is doing such amazingly great work, as we discovered in a recent meeting with him, that would be material for a separate webinar. But for the purpose of today's session, he is here to assure all stakeholders that he will do his best to push the recommendations that are made today before the federal government, especially before the budget, inshallah. So we are expecting Mr. Hasib Gardezi, who is Chairman PHA from Pakistan Hotels Association, to join us. And we are also expecting Mr. Mirza Mansoor Ahmed, who's Vice President South of THA, to be joining us. And I'm hoping that they will be here with us soon. Then Mr. Dinshaw Avari has been trying to connect. I think he is having problems connecting with us. Let us hope that he can join us soon as well. We have Mr. Syed Raza Abbas Rizvi, who is co-founder and COO Rover Pakistan, a tour operating company founded by him and his friends 7 years ago, taking tours across the country. And last but not the least, we've got Mr. Zahid Iqbal, CEO Royals Adventure Club Private Limited, who launched his company in 2011, initially offering tours just in Sindh and Balochistan, and gradually expanding to offering tours across the country. So, welcome everybody. I just want to make sure, can you hear me? Because आप लोग का जो screen है वो मेरे लिए तो बिल्कुल frozen है, so I can't see or hear you right now.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, great.
Yes, I can hear you.
Super. So let's begin with Mr. Aftab Rana. I would like to please invite him to give his opening remarks before I address my questions to the speakers. Over to you, Rana sir.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, and Assalamu alaikum to all of you and all the panelists and all the people who are attending this webinar. It's a privilege and honor to be part of this FPCCI 16th webinar on tourism and hospitality sector. I would like to thank, first of all, Mrs. Shanaz and the team for organizing this important webinar on a very important occasion when the new budget is in the making process, and we hoping that we may be able to develop certain recommendations to provide incentives for the tourism and hospitality sector and convince government to provide some relief at this very difficult time through which the tourism industry is passing right now. As all of you know that tourism has been a very, very active player in terms of economic activity around the globe and generating a lot of foreign exchange and economic revenues for small, medium, large countries, and a great source of employment for the millions of people across the globe. As the COVID has hit very bad on this sector, all of you know that the tourism is standstill right now, and the conditions which we are facing right now has been, I mean, very, very unprecedented in the past. This is first time that there's a so sharp decline in the tourism activity that something about 72 to 82% decrease has already taken place in the overall international tourist arrival and its associated income. So it's a very, very difficult time through which the tourism industry is passing by right now. Obviously, its impact is also felt in Pakistan, which was quite a emerging destination in these days because of the new government has been taken quite a number of steps to promote tourism in Pakistan. And we were hoping that year 2021 and onward will be a very, very progressive years for Pakistan. But unfortunately, the COVID has hit at a very, very crucial time, and the industry is passing through a very difficult phase of its survival. And many people who were new in this business have already left, and certain are just struggling to, survive themselves in this very difficult time. And obviously, it's a crisis which is beyond our control, and everybody has to, play a very, very active role in maintaining the momentum at least. Because if we are not able to maintain the momentum at this difficult time, it will be very, very difficult for us to survive in the tourism industry. In any case, whatever the government at federal and provincial level can do at this difficult time, it's trying to do, because as you know, the economic condition of government itself are not very good. I mean, still, because I was part of the committee which was immediately initiated by the government to develop a tourism recovery strategy and also the SOPs for the tourism sector. And the immediate task in front of us was that how we can provide certain relief to the industry players so that they could survive this difficult time. So we planned certain measures and tried our best to execute as well. And as a result, there were certain waivers which was allowed to tourism sector in terms of the payment of licensing fee to tour operator, hotels, and restaurants. The only, what I remember, the federal government and KP government only provided a relief of 87 million rupees in terms of the waiver of licensing fees. We negotiated with the State Bank of Pakistan and tried to have a facility of for low interest loans as a to provide the running finances to the tourism and hospitality business. But still, there's quite a lot which need to be done. I mean, we all together can do something, jointly to have a kind of a framework or a strategy available with us, which could help us passing through this difficult time through which this industry right now is passing by. And hopefully, as soon as the conditions improve, the government is planning a massive tourism promotion campaign to attract overseas Pakistanis and foreign tourists back to Pakistan through a tourism brand campaign, which is going to be launched as soon as the condition improve. And also a mega promotional campaign is in the pipeline. Certain other initiatives are there, but I don't want to take too much time here. I want to listen more from the private sector side, what thing they are, proposing in terms of incentives which government can provide to provide assistance to private sectors in hotel industry and restaurants and tour operation, travel agent. So we can propose those measures to the government. Maybe certain things could be done in terms of improvement based on these recommendations. So this is very important for us to know what you people are thinking in terms of incentives that can be provided to tourism hospitality sector. And we'll make our best effort to move forward those recommendations to the government and see how there can be some more ease of business in tourism and hospitality sector. Thank you, Shanaz. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I am still having this late feedback. I don't know whether you all are also hearing double. So is the audio coming clear for all of you?
Yes, it's
Yes,
okay.
it's fine. We can hear you, Shanaz.
Okay, great. So we have quite a few people who've managed to join us now. So we have Mr. Hasib Gardezi, who's chairman PHA, Pakistan Hotels Association, and COO Hospitality Division for Hashu Hotels, and CEO Hotel One Private Limited. So he's here with us, and I would also like to introduce Mr. Mansoor. He has managed to join us. Mr. Mirza Mansoor Ahmed, Vice President South PHA, with more than 30 years experience in the hospitality sector. He has served as General Manager Movenpick Hotel Karachi, as well as Marriott Hotel Karachi, and served at Pearl Continental Hotels Karachi and Lahore. Then we've got Mr. Dinshaw Awari with us as well, working for the last 30 years in the family business of hotels, initiated in the 1950s, and he's representing the Awari Hotels in Pakistan. So I think we are ready to go on to our next speaker. From the hospitality sector, could I request Mr. Hasib Gardezi to share what he thinks are the incentives that the government needs to offer in order for hotels to flourish and for more people to invest in this business.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk. Now, we have been writing numerous letters and communiques with the various ministries so far since this COVID has taken over. I mean, we have no doubt in the first wave, we did got some response from the government, and some of the loans were rescheduled, and to pay the salaries and additional loans were given at a better opportunity. But however, it is not helping us. So I think the time has come with the COVID, this wave. This is right now going on. I have traveled, I came back day before yesterday from Gilgit-Baltistan. Coming to the Eid, all the resort areas would be closed. Food and beverage is already not there. The banquets are not happening. I think the time has come where the government has to look for a grant now, not loan, because our liabilities of all the hotels have gone to a level that we're not able to repay. We will start defaulting if, God forbid, if the businesses still continue to be compromised as they are. I think our demand on the Pakistan Hotel Association Forum now is that the government should look at grants. Last time we had also been asking that for a working capital, we need 20% of the last audited, before the COVID, the last audited financing, the government should come up and give 20% of the turnover as a working capital at a very, very limited 3% of the 3% of interest. But I think we are now passing that stage. Also, the time is coming that we'll not able to survive unless there is a proper grant provided to the hotels to sustain and stand on their feet. This is number one. Number two, lot of in resort area, I have seen lot of development being happening, and the government is trying to push this tourism. So we had one meeting where Mr. Aftab Rana, the managing director for tourism, was also there with the Commerce Ministry, where we have asked that the machinery and the prefabricated hotel setup should be allowed to come into Pakistan free of taxation, free of customs, so that more and more incentives are being, more and more investors are allowed to come in. Then there are a lot of lands holdings with the government of Pakistan, the parcels in the beautiful areas, which should also be looked at giving at a lease to the hotel builders and to the people who want to invest in hospitality, to make it convenient for everybody to go and build. Plus also we have a very high taxation, the bed taxes and other things for the tourist. When he comes and wanted to stay in the hotel, the taxation are so high that it makes it very uncomfortable for him. Especially now you see that most of the tourism is very local tourism. Most of the tourism is Pakistani traveling from one city to another city. We need to encourage intercity travel, because the foreign travel is still a far-fetched thing. The latest data that is coming up is saying that the hospitality and the aviation may not revive until December 2022. So they are saying that even the vaccination and everything is happening. So the time has come where it has to be thought out of the box. The government has to go out of the way to support this very, very critical industry of tourism and its infrastructures. The aviation policy has to be, we are seeing an aviation policy getting better. We have seen the private airlines are now being landing in different airports and are allowed safaris and things like that. So we have done a whole white paper with the help of all our members of the Pakistan Hotel Association. We'll be very pleased to send you that white paper for which is an evidence as to what support government needs to give to the hospitality and to the tourism to make sure that this becomes a tourist destination. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. There's a lot of talk about taxation, and I know that a lot of people have a lot to say about that. So I am going to go over to Mr. Dinshaw for my next question, and then we'll discuss the taxation issues as well. So, Mr. Dinshaw, how would you like to add to what Mr. Gardezi just said? And what is the number one priority in your mind that you feel the government needs to look into in order for the hospitality industry to remain a viable business for you?
Thank you very much, Mr. Ramzi. Only thing, I have a connection problem, so if the voice is not coming, please let me know. First of all, what Hasib has said, I concur with all of that. Right now, let's break the question into two: the survival of the hotel industry during COVID and the hotel industry in general. Currently, as Hasib said, we've offered, one year has gone since we've offered soft loans and all, but that 1 year has come up. It's come up and the business has not naturally. And we are going to be up the creek without being able to pay for the loans. So the immediate requirement is for support from the government, from the state bank, for grants to support two things. More than anything else, support the salaries and support the supply, take care of that, and the hotels keep going. You know, we have not removed even one person out of the 3,000 staff since the last since COVID hit, but that is coming back to bite us and bite all the hotels in the world naturally, but in Pakistan. So immediately we need to
Mr.
have
Dilshaw, we lost your
grants,
voice. Not hear
and
you.
they can give it directly. Second thing, which we have to file, which we have.
Yes, your
Hello.
voice is breaking up.
Yes, Mr. Dinshaw, we can hear you now.
Okay, so the thing is, what I'm saying is that we need the government to give direct support to our suppliers and to our salaried people. These are the two main things. And if they can hold up all sorts of taxes, then the hotels will remain and the people who are with us will remain. No one has to be removed then. The second thing is that we have got regulatory things like PEMRA, food authorities, OGRA. For example, PEMRA, we have to pay PEMRA licenses for the content put on cable TV, but that content is not owned by us, neither is it broadcasted by us. We take it from the cable provider. Likewise, there's a GIDC gas tax, which is we are being made forced to pay, which has got to do with which we have not passed as a hotel industry to our customers. But so why should we pay for that gas cess then? Likewise, for every restaurant, there is a license required for every single restaurant, plus a hotel license and a kitchen license. These are impediments to any hotel and to any growth. And not only is this a long-term thing, but this is during this COVID time, we are fighting to stay alive. We're fighting to get business, and we're fighting to cover our costs. And on top of that, we have to fight different organs of government for regulatory issues. So, I mean, it's, you know something, there are 20 federal taxes we pay as a hotel. There are about 20 provincial taxes in addition to those federal taxes that we pay. These are taxes and these are license fees and these are duties. And then there is a common, there's about 13 common taxes in addition to all of that, which we pay to the province and the federal government. But that's absurd. How can anyone survive in today's day and age, let alone during the heydays of the economy? So I think all the hotels and all the sectors are together that the government needs to step in. It's not a question of loans, it's a question of survival. Help us to look after our staff and our suppliers. That's all we need to do right now, and hold back any taxes so that we can survive. Everything is audited, all our books are audited. Everyone knows what is the correct thing. So anything can be audited at any time. Thank you.
Gosh, that's a lot of very, very valid points that Mr. Dinshaw has just raised. And I think we will be discussing those at length a little later as well with Mr. Rana. But meanwhile, we are going to move on to Mr. Zahid. Zahid, your video is off and your mic is off as well. Are you there? Yeah. So I
Yes,
know
I'm
you
here.
are facing numerous multiple taxation issues when running your company, because when I met you last year as your client and you discovered that I was a convener of tourism development, you shared your grievances. So could you throw light on the taxation problems that you are facing?
Assalamu alaikum. I'm Zahid Iqbal from Royal Adventure Club. We are Karachi-based tour operators. We are doing trips from Karachi and other parts of the country to Balochistan, Sindh, and Gilgit-Baltistan, as well as Azad Kashmir. Yes, we are facing many issues, Shehnaz, with the infrastructure, road structure, hotels, bookings with hotels. There is no process of any booking, and traffic issues, challan issues. There are many issues we are facing when we do tours towards northern areas. Especially, first I will come to the point, the issue of traffic challan. There is no proper vehicle registration of the, sorry, there is no proper permit of the vehicles that has been issued by the government for the vehicles going towards Gilgit-Baltistan or Azad Kashmir or in KPK, even Naran, Sawat. We have to face many challan like that start from 1,000 rupees to 5,000 rupees. And in a single trip means if we are going for 5 days trip, we have to face around 2 challans, which can reach to the amount of 10,000 rupees. How can you imagine a country which has a very limited tourist and very limited foreign tourist that can pay a challan to 10,000 rupees? How can you imagine? And we are ready to register for the permit. We are ready. What will be the fee? We are ready to register for it, but there is no proper channel. It should be an online channel for the registration or for the permit, for issuing of permit of the vehicle going to northern areas. And second, hotels. We are facing, every time we are facing issues with the hotels, hotel booking, and there are very limited hotels in northern area which provide good facilities, good services. Even you have visited with me Azad Kashmir, what you found in that tour? We have very limited option to provide services to our customers. The customers coming from Europe, coming from England and United States, we are unable to provide them best services, so they can refer other clients, so they can tell other tourists to come to Pakistan for only adventure tourists can only come to Pakistan. Only backpackers can come to Pakistan. There is no luxury over here. So I have a few points that government should think about taxation, think about traffic issues. Traffic issue means traffic challan issues. Government should invite investors from other parts of the country, other parts of the world to come here in Pakistan and build and invest in a hotel and invest in a tourism. And most of the time, special point is DTS issue of the tour operator. There's no much fee of DTS. Like we don't need to waive DTS fee. Like Mr. Aftab Rana initially said, we are working with the government to waive the DTS fee. What is the DTS fee? It's only 16,000 rupees, sir. But the point here it is we need to convert Facebook tour operators towards DTS holder. DTS to get registered with the DTS with the tourism department, tourism services. We need to give them free of cost channel, free of cost system to register themselves, to get themselves registered with the tourism services for the first year. Then you can go for the second year. Government can charge their fees. First, let them register, and then government can charge their fee. Uh, the other points, what COVID is affecting, being a tour operator working in Pakistan, we have been facing many issues in Pakistan, especially we have to face our tour guides, we have to face our jeep drivers, we have to face our car drivers. When there will be no tourism in the country, either we have to fire them, or we have to make them on the service on very nominal amount that cannot even a family bear for expenses. The issue is we have to make a fund for the people. The government should have to make the fund. PARTO have to make the fund. Even Pakistan Tourism Development Corporation, which have previously closed its all motels in the country, and they have fired all their staffs. I don't know about what they have given to them in monetary terms, but they have fired from their regular jobs, from their permanent jobs. And we have to think about porters, tour guides, jeep drivers, and the waiters working in northern areas, in hotels, in restaurants, and for the tour operators who are only working in northern areas, which are going to close day by day. Like right now, we have many bookings from our foreign travelers, from foreign guests, and from Pakistani tourists. We all got booking cancelled due to the lockdown of by the government 8 to 16 May. What we are going to face about after this? We will not give tours to our guides. We will not give tours to jeep driver. We will not give tours to our hotels. Ultimately, our tourism industry will suffer. And my last question on this: a government should have to make proper industry and make a proper fund to facilitate all the stakeholders related to tourism in Pakistan. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Zahid. That was also very enlightening. I think we are getting a lot of very valid points to be able to make our recommendations for the government. And but I don't want to talk because there are so many speakers and everybody's got so much to say. So I'm going to move on to the next speaker, and then we'll try and summarize all this. So Mr. Mirza Mansoor is with us right now, and my next question is to him. Sir, do you feel that abolishing import duty on equipment for hotels will make a substantial difference to bringing in improvement in the hospitality sector?
Thank you, Shanaz, and good afternoon, everybody. I'm really impressed. We are having a lot of enlightening discussions among ourselves. But first of all, before I answer Shanaz on the waiver of import duty, etc., what I would like to comment here is that in many forums, we the hoteliers and we the tour operators and travel agents, we've been talking about same points. We keep discussing, we keep making proposals, we keep making white papers, and we keep submitting it to the relevant authorities. But unfortunately, we don't get any way forward. We don't get any solution to these problems. And as we all know that the COVID scenario since March 2020, it's a sea wave situation. It's up and down, up and down. And the government is adjusting accordingly to the restrictions, which is directly hampering our revenue streams. Uh, so I think we need to have a kind of a strategy, and I'm sure we can seek help and guidance from Mr. Aftab Rana, being a representative of the government tourism body, that how we should be guided so that something tangible should come out of the request and proposals we make. I'm sure Ashok Group, Awari Hotels are making collective and individual efforts to the various senior offices of our government in their individual capacity and a collective capacity. I know for the fact that Pakistan Hotel Association has been writing and meeting a lot of senior offices in Islamabad, but we are not getting any headways in this regard. So I think we need to really re-guide ourselves that what path we should take, where we should get some outcome, favorable outcome from the government. Number one. Number two, to answer your question, Shanaz, yes, the government has been, there's a policy of the government to waive the import duty for the equipment imported by the hotels with regards to renovations, etc. But the process is very, very tedious. It takes a lot of time. It's a lot of paperwork, a lot of question and answers, and the private sector like us, they say that fine, if we spend that much time and with the fluctuation of our rupee and dollar parity, we try to say that, if we further get our currency devalued and the import items gets more expensive for us, so let's go get it and pay the taxes to the government. So this is a challenge. The government has a business-friendly approach, but when it comes to practicability, we don't see on the ground business-friendly actions actually. So things have to be swift. It has to be a one-window operation, that we apply to that window, and there is a process, and maybe in 72 hours or 4 days, 5 days, our case gets through, and then we open the LC and we import the items. So I think, Shanaz, once you prepare a paper to submit, we have to also see the paperwork and the tedious process for the waiver of import duty, etc. Because all the hotels who operates in Pakistan, be it 1-star or 2 to 5-star or luxury, they keep importing various items throughout the year. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. No, that's a valid point. And I hope that whatever recommendations we give won't land up the same way all the previous recommendations did. I have a great faith in Mr. Aftab Rana, who is here with us, and I'm sure he's going to push all these recommendations of ours in the right quarters. So I'd now like to move on to...
Rana Sahab, everybody is looking at you.
Yes. Mr. Raza Abbas is with us. Sir, you are next. And my question to you is, what are the problems that you are facing in running a tour operating company? And how do you think that the government could alleviate those problems?
Hello. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. I think everyone made strong comments about what the problems are right now facing the tourism sector. And for me personally, we've been running our company for 7 years, and I think Mr. Zahid also pointed that out, that we, for a big budget thing, or when you need to put yourself on the map for the world, we don't have much resources. And that's what we face even when we invite foreigners and we invite people. So we face a lot of issues that we don't have enough infrastructure, the good infrastructure to give to the people, right? this is one issue that we face. Of course, right now what we're facing is the lack of the ups and downs in the industry going on. That are we open right now? There's a lockdown till Eid, and even after that, we don't know if it's going to go on or we're going to go back on tours. So I think till June, it's pretty. It's not sure that we're going to go back to tourism industry. The second, I think I should point out is that there's a pretty big gap between the government sector and the private sector. I think there should be a page where we should work together, the private companies like us, like Mr. Zahid, and I think there are a lot of companies working for the betterment of tourism in Pakistan, but they're pretty like they're doing it on for themselves. Like we personally, when we started this company, we wanted to work for the tourism industry of Pakistan. We want to improve it. We invited a lot of bloggers over from different countries. We have some videos on our page, but again, it was a very minimalistic effort from our side. We were not able to promote it as much as we would like it to, and of course, Corona happened, and there were a lot of problems. But yes, I would like to point this out because I'm a graduate of media industry, and I see a lot of potential over here where we can, maximize it by giving good content to the world at what we have. But there is a huge gap. We always discuss among ourselves, among our co-founders, that India has came up with such a good, tagline, "Incredible India," and over here we are lacking way behind with our media strategy. So this is what we face as well. Like sometimes we put our budget into it. We have our Facebook page, we have our Instagram, we but that is our effort. That is the effort that we put into it. But what I was trying to say is that we as government sector and a private sector, we should try to collaborate and make good content accordingly. That would go a long way. Taxes you were talking about, yes, of course, everybody would like to at least have a concession on taxes for this year, so we can operate like we won't have to fire our staff. We won't have to a lot of people are going through this problem that there is no work behind. So how can we
We've lost
continue
you,
this?
Raza. I
Hello?
can't hear you.
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Raza.
Can everybody
Yes.
hear Raza?
Yes, I'm hearing Raza.
Yes.
So yeah, I think the taxes part was covered by my fellow speakers, that we should be at least having a concession for this year at least, so we can operate better for the coming years as well, and at least try to survive this year and not the problems that we're all facing. All the tour managers will, all the tour companies will get it. So yes, this is a problem we're facing. I think in terms of the infrastructure, we have a lot of hotels on our panels. We go to a lot of places. I personally went to Skardu last in April, and uh, there's a huge difference right now that I can see in terms of 2019 and for these 2 years. I saw a lot of foreigners, a lot of Koreans coming to our country, and this was not, obviously this is a COVID thing, and we were not fully prepared for the consequences. But yes, the business is declining rapidly from last year and to this year as well. We were not able to fully recuperate from what we faced in the last year and this year as well. So these are the current problems that we are facing. And of course, I would like to point out that again, that with the right content, with the right strategy, I think everyone would benefit from it, the private sector and the government sector as well. So yes, that will be my statement. Thank you so much. Hopefully.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Raja. Uh, so a lot of very valid points have been raised from taxation problems, from need for grants, challan issues, traffic issues, infrastructure, limited options. People have talked about regulatory licenses that are being enforced when there's no reason for that license to be enforced on them. The funds are needed. Then there is all the federal and provincial taxes, at least 20 of each. So I think we'll have almost a book of the recommendations that we have to send to the government. But Aftab Saab, I am going to ask you to now summarize this and to and request you about how you're going to be able to push this. There was also, sorry, I think Zahid wants to add something before I give it over to you. Ji Zahid.
Yes, I want to ask few questions to Mr. Aftab Rana. As
Okay.
being ordinary tour operator, I cannot approach to his office. And I want to ask from, because I'm getting the opportunity to talk to him here. So I have the question. Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. Please move on.
Thank you. Sir, please let us know when are the PTDC motors are going to be operational. When are the PTDC motors are going to be operational?
Okay. Anything
And the
else?
yes, and the second question is PTDC booking should be clear, and Pakistan PTDC should have to offer some incentives or corporate rates like Marriott, PC, and Hotel One. I'm the member of Hotel One. Serena are giving to tour operators. I think PTDC should have to give. Also should give the corporate rate so they can earn from them as well.
Okay, thank you, Zahid, for sharing your enlightened views in first part of your presentation and then asking these questions. सबसे पहली बात तो ये कि ये impression पता नहीं आपने कहाँ से लिया कि as an ordinary tour operator you cannot approach PTDC. ये बिल्कुल गलत है. आप किसी भी वक्त किसी भी लम्हे ऑफिस आवर्स में PTDC के ऑफिस को विजिट कर सकते हैं. मेरे ऑफिस को विजिट कर सकते हैं. There's a staff available for helping to all the stakeholders of industry. PTDC जब से ये नई गवर्नमेंट आई है पूरे एक नए एक जज्बे के साथ काम कर रहा है और एक नई सोच के साथ काम कर रहा है और हमारी कोशिश है कि हम प्राइवेट सेक्टर और पब्लिक सेक्टर में ये जो गैप है इसको ब्रिज करें. एंड आई होप अगर गर्देजी साहब मौजूद हैं बैठे हैं वो इस चीज़ को ज़रूर सेकंड करेंगे क्योंकि उनको पता है कि हम उनको भी ज़हमत देते रहते हैं. पाकिस्तान होटल एसोसिएशन के रैप के तौर पे भी मुख्तलिफ मीटिंग्स में भी शॉर्ट नोटिस पे भी बुलाते हैं. लिंकिंग पैदा कर रहे हैं मुख्तलिफ मिनिस्ट्रीज के साथ. अभी हाल ही में जैसे उन्होंने खुद भी बताया मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स के साथ नेगोशिएशंस चल रही हैं कि वो कौन कौन से इंसेंटिव्स हैं जो एज एन इंडस्ट्री टूरिज्म और हॉस्पिटैलिटी को मिलने चाहिए या प्रॉमिस्ड है पॉलिसी में लेकिन मिल नहीं रहे. तो काफ़ी तगदौ करना पड़ती है मुख्तलिफ डिपार्टमेंट्स के साथ. तो आई थिंक पहला तो ये इम्प्रेशन आप बिल्कुल इसको भूल जाएं. बिल्कुल एनी टाइम वर्किंग डेज में आप आइए जो भी चाय पानी भी हम आपको इंशाल्लाह पिलाएंगे. ठीक है, ये बात दुरुस्त नहीं है. बाकी अभी जो आपने जो दो बातें की हैं एक तो PTDC मोटेल्स की जब ये गवर्नमेंट आई थी उसी वक्त द वेरी फर्स्ट मीटिंग प्राइम मिनिस्टर ने टूरिज्म टास्क फोर्स बनाई थी اور یہ فیصلہ کیا تھا کہ گورنمنٹ جو ہے وہ بزنس موڈ میں سے نکلے اور پیورلی ٹورزم پروموشن کے اوپر اور فیسیلیٹیشن پہ کام کرے. اور اس ڈیسیژن کے نتیجے میں جو کہ کیبنٹ میں ہوا تھا, یہ فیصلہ کیا گیا تھا کہ جتنے بھی موٹلز ہیں ان کو پرائیویٹائز کیا جائے گا. اور تب سے اب تک کیونکہ یہ گورنمنٹ کے آپ کو پتا ہے پراپرٹیز اتنا آسانی سے آپ کسی کو ادھر سے اٹھا کے ادھر نہیں پکڑا سکتے. اس سے لینتھی پروسیس انوالو, ایک پوری کمپنی انگیج کرنی پڑتی ہے جو ان کی ویلویشن کرتی ہے اور یہ وہ سارا کچھ. ٹو کٹ شارٹ, ابھی ریسنٹلی لاسٹ ویک ہماری پی ٹی ڈی سی کے بورڈ کی میٹنگ ہوئی ہے. اس میں جو کمپنی جن کو انگیج کیا گیا تھا پرائیویٹائزیشن کے پروسیس کو ڈیزائن کرنے کے لیے, انہوں نے اپنی پریزنٹیشن دے دی ہیں. اور ویری سون دیر از ایڈورٹائزمنٹ کمنگ ان نیوز پیپر فار دا پرائیویٹائزیشن آف فرسٹ بیچ آف موٹلز آف گلگت بلتستان, کہ جو پرائیویٹ سیکٹر کو ہم آفر کر رہے ہیں, پارٹیز آئیں گی, کرائیٹیریا سیٹ ہے, اس کے مطابق جو ون کرے گا وہ ان کو لے کے ان کو چلائے گا. پی ٹی ڈی سی ڈونٹ وانٹ ٹو بی ان دا بزنس اینی مور, یہ گورنمنٹ نے فیصلہ کر لیا ہے. پی ٹی ڈی سی نے اپنی جو ٹور کمپنی, اگر آپ کو یاد ہو پی ٹی ایل کے نام سے ہوتی تھی, اس کو بھی ڈیزالو کرتی ہے. گورنمنٹ ڈونٹ وانٹ ٹو گیو اینی کمپٹیشن ٹو پرائیویٹ سیکٹر. ٹھیک ہے, ابھی پی ٹی ڈی سی کا کوئی کمرشل آپریشن نہیں ہوگا, وہ سب پرائیویٹ سیکٹر جو ہے اس کو جا رہا ہے. اسی طرح کے پی کی پراپرٹیز کا بھی فیصلہ ہو گیا ہے, اس کو بھی آفر کرنے جا رہے ہیں. آئی تھنک پہلے فیز میں 5 پراپرٹیز, کوشش یہی ہے ہماری کہ اسی سیزن میں آپریشنلائز ہو جائیں اور پرائیویٹائز ہو جائیں, اور گریجولی باقی دوسری بھی ہو جائیں گی. کچھ کورٹ کیسز ہیں, کچھ اور لیگل ایشوز ہیں جو چل رہے ہیں, ساتھ ساتھ ان کو بھی ہم سارٹ آؤٹ کرنے کی کوشش کر رہے ہیں. فرسٹ پرائورٹی یہ ہے کہ یہ جو جتنے موٹلز ہیں یہ نہ صرف آپریشنل ہو جائیں دوبارہ, بلکہ بیٹر پرائیویٹ پارٹیز کو جائیں, وہ ان کو اپ گریڈ کریں, اچھی سہولتیں دیں, اور ایک اچھے ٹورسٹ انوائرمنٹ کو پیدا کریں ان پراپرٹیز پہ جو لیکنگ تھا, کوالٹی آف سروسز اور اس میں سارا کچھ. تو یہ پروسیس آلریڈی شروع ہو چکا ہوا ہے. باقی جو بات ہے, جو آپ نے ٹیکسز کی بھی بات کی, شناس سے جب میری پہلے میٹنگ ہوئی تھی, بلکہ میں نے انہیں سجیسٹ کیا تھا کہ ہمیں انڈسٹری اسٹیک ہولڈرز کے ساتھ ڈسکشن کو آگے لے کے چلنا چاہیے اور جاننا چاہیے وہ کون سے ایسے ٹیکسز کے ایشوز ہیں جس پہ ہم گورنمنٹ سے آگے بات چیت کریں, بیکاز دس از ویری امپورٹنٹ. ہم جب تک پوری طرح سے پریپیئر ہو کے اپنا کیس گورنمنٹ کے سامنے پیش نہیں کریں گے, ہمیں کوئی ریلیف نہیں ملے گا. obviously گورنمنٹ کے لیے بھی ریونیو کے سورسز یہ ٹیکسز ہی ہوتے ہیں, بٹ ریشنلائز کرنے کی ضرورت ہے کہ ٹیکسز مسٹ بی ریشنلائز, وہ اوور برڈن نہیں ہونے چاہیے انڈسٹری کے اوپر. تو ابھی جو بات کی ہے, دنشا نے بھی بات کی ہے, there are so many provincial, federal and other taxes. We want کہ ہم گورنمنٹ کو ایک بڑا اسٹرانگ کیس پیش کریں کہ جہاں پہ ملٹیپلیسٹی ہے ٹیکسز میں, اس کو دور کیا جائے, اوور برڈن ہے اس کو دور کیا جائے, بٹ ہمیں ایک بڑا اسٹرانگ کیس پیش کرنا پڑے گا. تو پی ایچ اے اگر ہمیں ہوٹل انڈسٹری کے جو ٹیکسز ہے اس کے اوپر ایک, آئی ڈونٹ نو یہ وائٹ پیپر جس کا ابھی ذکر کیا تھا گردیزی صاحب نے بھی, اس میں یہ ٹیکسز کا ایشو بھی ہائی لائٹ ہوا ہے کہ نہیں, بٹ آئی تھنک ٹیکسز کے ایشو کو سیپریٹلی ایک ہمیں لے کے چلنا چاہیے, بیکاز اس کی وجہ سے اوور آل آپ کے پیکیج کی کاسٹ ہائی ہو جاتی ہے. گورنمنٹ کو یہ باور کرانا چاہیے ٹیکسز ضرور لیں, اور یہ بھی دیکھنا پڑے گا کہ ہاؤ مچ از دا امپیکٹ آف دیز ٹیکسز. مجھے یہ لگتا ہے کہ یہ چند ایک ہوٹل ہی ہیں بڑے سائز کے جو رجسٹرڈ ہیں یا پراپر 3, 4, 5 اسٹار میں کام کر رہے ہیں, وہ یہ ٹیکسز دیتے ہوں گے, بٹ دا مچ لارجر ہوٹل انڈسٹریز پیئنگ نو ٹیکسز ایٹ آل. تو اس کو دیکھنے کی ضرورت ہے کہ اگر وہ چند ہوٹلز کا امپیکٹ اتنا بڑا ہے ہی نہیں ہے نیشنل اکانومی میں, کیوں اس کو بھی اتنا زیادہ برڈن کیا ہوا ہے, تو اس کو بھی کس طرح سے لیسنگ اس کے اندر لیسنگ ڈاؤن کیا جائے. تو اس کے لیے ہمیں آپ کی ہیلپ چاہیے ہوگی کہ پی ایچ اے ٹیکسز کے اوپر اپنا ایک پوزیشن پیپر ہمیں دے. ہم بات چیت کرتے ہیں منسٹری آف فائنانس سے بھی, منسٹری آف کامرس کے ساتھ بھی, اور جو بھی اس میں ہمیں ریشنلائز ایف بی آر کے ساتھ آلریڈی بات چیت چل رہی ہے, ہم ان کو کنونس کر سکتے ہیں کہ بھی یہ ٹیکسز رہنے دو, یہ ختم کر دو, جس سے انڈسٹری کو فائدہ ہو سکتا ہے. تو ایک اسٹرانگ کیس چاہیے, اور ود ایگزامپلس کہ ادر کنٹریز میں کیا ہے. آپ انڈیا کی ایگزامپل دیتے ہیں یا ملیشیا کی دیں یا کسی اور کی دیں, آپ ایک ایشو کو ہائی لائٹ کریں, دس از دا ایشو, اس کو یہ کرنا چاہیے, اور اس کا ایگزامپل دوسرے کنٹریز میں یہ ہے, تاکہ ہم بیسٹ پریکٹسز کے ساتھ ان کو یہ آگے لے کے چلیں کہ جی باقی یہ کر رہے ہیں تو آپ ایسا کیوں کر رہے ہیں. تو پلیز اس کے اوپر آپ ہیلپ کریں. جو سب سے بڑا پرابلم ہمیں ایز اے پبلک, میں خود پرائیویٹ انڈسٹری سے ہوں, لیکن جب میں پبلک آفس ہولڈر بنا ہوں, جب سے مجھے یہ سمجھنے میں پرابلم بہت ज्यादा दुश्वारी पेश आती है क्योंकि इंडस्ट्री के पास इंफॉर्मेशन नहीं है. अब पूरी तरह से एसोसिएशंस को केसेस को स्ट्रांगली प्रेजेंट करना चाहिए. हम आपको सपोर्ट करेंगे, हम आपकी आवाज बनेंगे इंशाल्लाह और इसको आगे लेके जाएंगे. और ऑलरेडी चेयरमैन पीटीडीसी जुल्फी बुखारी वेरी प्रोएक्टिव, वो भी कहते हैं अपने तौर के ऊपर भी, हमें भी कहते हैं कि पूरी तरह से प्राइवेट सेक्टर को जहां से भी सपोर्ट मिल सकती है हमें दिलवाना है. तो वी आर ऑल ऑन इट. और इंशाल्लाह आप हमें अपने जो ग्रीवेंसेस हैं, ये जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, ये मैंने भी बहुत सारे नोट कर लिए हैं, ऑफिशियली भी हमें भेजें, हम उसके साथ इसको आगे लेके चलेंगे. और जब वो नेगोशिएशंस गवर्नमेंट के मुख्तलिफ मिनिस्ट्री से होती है, आप लोगों को भी उसमें इन्वॉल्व करेंगे ताकि आपको पता हो कि कितना मुश्किल काम है ये. अभी गिरदेजी साहब को अंदाजा हो गया होगा कॉमर्स वाली जो मीटिंग हुई है अभी हाल ही में, कि कितने अजीबोगरीब किस्म के सवाल पूछते हैं और कैसे कन्विंस करना पड़ता है. और अभी लगे हुए उनकी फाइलों के पेट भरने के लिए. वी विल डू दैट इंशाल्लाह. हम सब
Sir,
मिलके काम
sorry to-
करेंगे. तो
सर सॉरी टू इंटरप्ट, वो डिनशॉ साहब को अभी भी कुछ आई थिंक कुछ पॉइंट्स हैं जो उन्होंने नहीं रेज किए थे, वो उनको बाद में याद आए. सो मिस्टर डिनशॉ, you over to you, wanted to add some to some of the incentives you mentioned.
Sorry to interrupt, Mr. Rana and Mrs. Ramzi. Just one very quick thing, especially during this COVID crisis, which is very much in the hands of the government. The government has still not made the hotel industry, given the hotel industry a industry status. So what happens is a NEPRA, in our case, K Electric, and in Punjab, the different electric discos are charging commercial rates to industry, to hotels. Now, a hotel, any hotel is a mini city. हम लोग का लाहौर का होटल 400 आदमी है, कराची को होटल 450. PC Lahore is got must be having 1200 people. You are looking, it is an entire city and the suppliers behind that who are surviving on those rooms. On that, if we can make it give the hotel industry industrial status, then these NEPRA have a better, we can avail better benefits from NEPRA for the hotel industry. This is something which is important, which since last 30 years, since I have joined my father's business, people say hotel industry, but industry standard has not been accorded to us. And one more, if I may say, adding to Mirza Mansoor's comment, which he made rightly, all the custom duties and all is all fine, but if there's no continuity of policy, then whatever we forecast for the next 5 years, 4 years, 3 years goes down the drain, because the policy changes and we're going to have a problem monetarily. So at least if there's a continuity of policy, then we know where hotels specifically stand on imports, what we can import, what we cannot import, how long is the import availability for, etc., etc. Thank you very much.
Aftab Sahab, I think there was when we were talking in the meeting, you had mentioned about pushing tourism to be treated as an export industry. Here they're talking about it's not being recognized as an industry at all. I think that's something that you should also share over here. I'm sure everybody would be very interested in hearing that. You're on mute, sir. We can't hear you. You'll have to unmute yourself.
Yes, अभी recently हमने PTDC की तरफ से भी मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स को केस मूव किया है कि भाई जो टूरिज्म एंड हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री है, इसको आप एक्सपोर्ट इंडस्ट्री का स्टेटस दें, ना कि सिर्फ इंडस्ट्री का. जिस तरह से बाकी आपके वो तमाम शोबे जहां से आपको फॉरेन एक्सचेंज आता है, चाहे वो राइस की एक्सपोर्ट है, वो लेदर की है या गारमेंट्स की है, कुछ भी है, आपने उनको एक्सपोर्ट इंडस्ट्री का स्टेटस दिया हुआ है. सिमिलरली द टूरिज्म से भी आपको फॉरेन एक्सचेंज आता है जो कि 900 से 950 मिलियन के आसपास सालाना बनता है. और ये भी एक ऐसा फॉरेन एक्सचेंज है जो कि आप बगैर कोई प्रोडक्ट बाहर भेजे हुए कमाते हैं, बल्कि ये उनसे भी ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट एक्सपोर्ट इंडस्ट्री है. तो उसके लिए हम स्ट्रांगली अभी केस मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ कॉमर्स के साथ पुटअप किया हुआ है और उनको कन्विंस कर रहे हैं कि वो उसको ये स्टेटस दें, क्योंकि इसके होने की वजह से फिर होटल्स को और टूर ऑपरेटर्स को फॉरेन करेंसी अकाउंट्स भी खोलने की इजाजत होगी اور ابھی ان کو بہت سارے دشواریاں ایون ریفنڈ کے اندر پیش آتی ہیں. ایک کلائنٹ نے پیسے ڈالر میں دیے تھے, ابھی ریفنڈ کرنا پھر آپ کو مارکیٹ سے بائی کرنا پڑتا ہے. تو اس کے لیے بھی ہم نے کیس بڑا اسٹرانگلی ابھی پٹ اپ کیا ہے. آئی ہوپ وہ اس کو کنسیڈر کریں گے. دنشا نے جو بات کی ہے, 1990 کی پالیسی میں ٹورزم کو انڈسٹری اسٹیٹس ڈکلیئر کیا گیا تھا, اور آئی ہوپ I can try to find out some maybe old SRO. ان SRO کی بیسس پہ یہ ریبیٹس ان کو ملنے چاہیے. I don't know یہ کیوں اویل نہیں ہو پا رہے. Let me check about it. اور اگر وہ ابھی بھی ویلڈ اسٹیٹس ہے تو یقیناً یہ جو اس قسم کے الیکٹریسٹی کے ہائی بلز اور یہ وہ اس سے بچا جا سکتا ہے. اس پہ میں نے نوٹ کر لیا یہ پوائنٹ, میں اس کو چیک کروں گا جی.
So, sir, now what is going to be the next step? ہم یہ resolutions تو اپنے سب بنا کر present کر دیں گے انشاءاللہ آپ کو بھی, so that you can push it to all the right quarters. But we are hoping that یہ پھر وہ ردی کی ٹوکری کے نظر نہ ہو جائے, لیکن سارے اس ریلیونٹ کوارٹرز تک پہنچ جائے جہاں پہ وہ اس کو دیکھے بھی اور اس کو دیکھے بھی اور اس پہ امپلیمنٹ بھی کریں. With you there, sir, we have all, as Bathur Sahab also mentioned, all eyes are on you now. So we are hoping that you're going to be able to push this.
Well, I'm an optimistic person. میں کبھی بھی مایوس نہیں ہوتا. اور I keep struggling. You see, I know پاکستان کے ماحول میں کام کرنا اتنا آسان نہیں ہے, but still ہم اپنی طرف سے جو انسٹیڈ کہ ہم بالکل بیٹھے رہیں کچھ نہ کریں, ہمیں انڈسٹری کے اسٹیک ہولڈر کی وائس کو ان جگہوں پہ پہنچانا ہے جہاں پہ ضروری ہے ان کی آواز کا پہنچنا. کنسرن منسٹریز ہوں, وہ کنسرن گورنمنٹ کے آفیسز ہوں, جب تک ان کو یہ ریئلائز نہیں کروائیں گے یہ ایشوز اسی طرح رہیں گے. چلے اگر 10 چیزیں ہم لوگوں کو بھیجیں گے, میں کہتا ہوں 2-3 بھی ان میں سے ہو جائیں تو وہ بھی بہت بڑی اچیومنٹ ہوگی. تو ویل کنٹینیو پشنگ آل دیز فرنٹ جہاں جہاں پہ بھی ہم لگے ہوئے ہیں. اور یہ جو ریکمنڈیشنز آپ کی طرف سے آئیں گے, یو سی جب ہم گورنمنٹ کی طرف سے بات کر رہے ہوتے ہیں ہمیں بھی بیک اپ میں کوئی اسٹرانگ ریکمنڈیشنز کے لیٹرز انڈسٹری ایسوسیشنز کی طرف سے, انڈسٹری پرسنلز کی طرف سے, آپ جیسے FPCCI کے فورمز کی طرف سے اگر ساتھ ہوں گے تو وہ پھر ایک زیادہ اسٹرانگلی ہم پریزنٹ کر سکتے ہیں. تو امید کی جا سکتی ہے کہ چلو کچھ نہ کچھ تو اس میں سے اچھا نکل ہی آئے گا, بجائے ہم کچھ بھی نہ کریں. تو کچھ کرنے کے اوپر میں یقین رکھتا ہوں, انشاءاللہ وہ ہم جاری رکھیں گے اور کرتے رہیں گے
انشاءاللہ. زاہد آپ کچھ کہنا چاہ رہے ہیں؟
جی بالکل میں کہنا چاہ رہا ہوں. اگین کوشچن ٹو مسٹر آفتاب رانا. سر تھوڑا سا ایک سجیشن ہے میری طرف سے, چونکہ میں پچھلے 10 سے 11 سال سے گراؤنڈ لیول سے میں نے ایز اے گائیڈ سٹارٹ ہوا تھا, میں نے لوگوں کے بیگ اٹھائے ہیں, میں نے لوگوں کو ٹور کروایا ہے, اب میں اپنی کمپنی کا CEO ہوں. تو میں گراؤنڈ سے اپنے اس سیٹ پہ پہنچا ہوں, اور تو مجھے میرا خیال ہے کہ اس دوران میں اچھا خاصا ایکسپیرینس ہو چکا ہوا ہے کہ کیا ایشوز ایکچولی ہمیں فیس کرنے پڑتے ہیں. میں آپ کو جو ہے نا وہ ایک چھوٹی سی سجیشن یہ دوں گا کہ جتنے مارکیٹنگ فیس بک ٹور آپریٹر یا وہ آپریٹر جو آج تک کسی پینل پہ رجسٹر نہیں ہے گورنمنٹ کی, ٹھیک ہے, ان کو خدارا جو ہے وہ اس ایک ایسوسیشن بنائیں, اس میں لے کر آئیں. ان کے لیے کوئی قید نہیں لگائیں کہ آپ کو فلانا رجسٹر کروانا پڑے گا, آپ کو اتنی فیس دینی پڑے گی. وہ نہیں کر سکیں گے. میں آپ کو بتاتا ہوں, میں جب سٹارٹ ہوا تھا تو میرے پاس 5,000 روپے نہیں تھے جب میں نے یہ کام سٹارٹ کیا تھا. الحمدللہ ابھی میرا فلیٹ ہے, میں ٹرانسپورٹ چلاتا ہوں خود اپنی کمپنی سے, ٹھیک ہے. لیکن سر ان لوگوں کے پاس اتنا پیسہ نہیں ہوگا کہ وہ آپ کے ایسوسیشن میں بیٹھنے کے لیے کسی چیز میں رجسٹر کر. ان کو ونس آپ لے کر آئیں گے وہ وہاں سے بینیفٹ لیں گے. وہ ڈیفینیٹلی ہم بیٹھتا ہوں, میں کراچی سے بلونگ کرتا ہوں, کراچی بیسڈ ہوں, کمپنی میری کراچی بیسڈ ہے. رضا مجھے جانتا ہے, ہم کراچی میں 65+ ٹور آپریٹرز ہیں اور ہم بیٹھ کے ڈنر کھانے سب ساتھ کرتے ہیں, ٹھیک ہے. مجھے پتا ہے ہم یہ لڑکے جو ہیں وہ کتنے اپرچونٹی کو کیچ کریں گے ونس گورنمنٹ ان کے ساتھ بیٹھے, ان کو ایک وے فارورڈ دے تاکہ یہ ایزیلی رجسٹر ہو سکیں. اور دین اس کے بعد دیکھیے گا یہ آپ کو کیسے کام کر کے دکھائیں گے. ینگسٹرز کو انوالو کریں ٹورزم میں. 80s 90s والا ٹورزم واز ڈفرینٹ. اب کا ٹوریزم ڈفرینٹ ہے, یہ ڈیجیٹل پہ چلا گیا ہوا ہے. یہ جتنا شاید جو ہے وہ 1 لاکھ یا 2 لاکھ یا چلے 50,000 روپے کا بجٹ لگا کر ایک میٹنگ پہ پیسہ خرچ کر دیا جاتا ہے نا. ایک چھوٹا ٹور آپریٹر جو کہ فیس بک پہ 25,000 روپے کی مارکیٹنگ کر کے ٹورسٹ کو باہر سے پاکستان بلا لیتا ہے. ٹھیک ہے, تو بہتر ہے آپ ان کو ساتھ لے کر بیٹھیں, اور یہ آپ کو جو ہے نا وہ اچھی گائیڈ لائنس بھی دیں گے, اور آپ کے لیے مزید سہولیات بھی پیدا کر دیں گے, جو کہ ٹوریزم پر الٹیمیٹلی ٹوریزم تو ہماری کنٹری کا ہی پروموٹ کریں گے. تھینک یو.
Raza, your point is well taken, or we will encourage them to be formal tour operator. I think tour operation is one of the easiest business which you can start with minimum investment. आपको बहुत ज्यादा पैसे नहीं चाहिए होते एक टूर ऑपरेटर बनने के लिए, लेकिन एक अच्छी सोच, एक विजन वो जरूर चाहिए, एक्सपीरियंस चाहिए. तो जिन लोगों के पास एक्सपीरियंस है, विजन है, अच्छी सोच है, आई थिंक उनके लिए रजिस्टर्ड टूर ऑपरेटर बनना कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. अगर आप चाहेंगे तो हम आपके साथ मिलके एक डिटेल में इसके ऊपर एक वेबिनार रख सकते हैं, हाउ टू बिकम अ फॉर्मल टूर ऑपरेटर, और क्या प्रोसेस है वो पूरा एक्सप्लेन कर सकते हैं, उनको फैसिलिटेट कर सकते हैं. फॉर्म भरने का तरीकाकार और जो कुछ भी रिक्वायरमेंट्स है बहुत मुश्किल नहीं है. आई थिंक दैट कुड बी द नेक्स्ट स्टेप मे बी शनाज आपके लिए. अगर आप यू वांट टू हैव an education session for these 60-65 people, I'm willing to arrange that. मैं DTS के कंट्रोलर को भी बुला लूंगा, हम पूरा एक डिटेल में वेबिनार उनके लिए ऑर्गेनाइज कर देंगे. We want to encourage it. ये पहले भी हमने डिस्कस किया है कि unregistered or illegal tour operation is not a good thing for Pakistan. इसको डिस्करेज करना चाहिए. तो लोगों को सही माने में मालूमात फराहम हम कर देंगे और उनको फैसिलिटेट भी करेंगे कि वो किस तरह से रजिस्टर हो. It's one of the easiest business they can start legally in Pakistan, और उनको करना चाहिए.
I think that is such a brilliant idea. I am all for that, because I think registered and licensed tour operators are a must. Zahid, you cannot have people just coming and becoming tour operators. Sirf jazba is not enough. You need to have the right, concepts in place before you start as a tour operator. So I think webinar is definitely the next step we should take up. That's the way to go. We should have them registered and licensed. So I think that will be a great step. Do you want to add, Raza, to this? Do you want to say anything?
Yes, of course. What Zahid Bhai said was pretty, we meet a lot of young tour operators who are studying in the universities and want to like do something of their own. And because unfortunately we live in a country where there's no check and accountability, right? And we do a lot of things according to this way. So a lot of people start like this, and like obviously through the years they end up not being registered, not having an NTN number, not paying any taxes, and just operating like this. So this would be a very good opportunity for them to be on one page with the government. As I was saying, the government and the private sector should work together. There is like everything is mentioned on Facebook pages, on Instagram pages. We can get the information from there as well. The government can track down their information, and just have a webinar, have a WhatsApp group where they can be like taught accordingly that what they can do for the next steps, and that would obviously help us in the long term, help everyone. Obviously we're talking about the tourism development, so yes, that would help everyone. That's a pretty good idea. Thank you for that.
Thank you. Mansoor Saab, are you there? Would you like to say some parting words?
Thank you very much, Shanaz. I think we had a very enlightening and a productive session. And let's work together to move forward for the betterment of the hospitality industry and tourism industry for the ultimate benefit of the country. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for being there. I'm sorry that a couple of people couldn't make it. And I think Gadesi Saab was there in the beginning, but then he also, I think, got disconnected. But I'm glad that all of you made it. It was a very enlightening session. And we will start making out all the recommendations ASAP. And then I will send it to Rana Saab as well. And inshallah, let's hope that something good comes out of this. So, and this is not the last that we will be meeting. Inshallah, we will continue to meet to improve tourism in the country. और ये webinar हम जरूर करेंगे अब next वही होगा inshallah. So thank you so much everyone, and especially Rana Saab, thank you so much.
Thank you, Ji. Bye bye, everyone.
Thank
Have
you.
a
Bye bye.
Thank you and bye-bye.
Peaceful
you.
Ramadan.
Thank you,
Thank
Saab.
you. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Nice
Thank
Eid
you,
vacations
Shanaz.
in coming days. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Stay
you.
safe, stay
Bye-bye.
well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Khuda
Bye bye.
Hafiz.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.